Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney. And finally, it is fall in New York City. And I got to tell you, New York City is the best in the fall. Summer in New York City sucks. Um, which is why listen, there's a lot of reasons why I try not to be in New York City these days, but especially in the summer, it is horrible. That's why everybody leaves. There's nobody here. If you can afford to leave, you do. New York is horrendous. It's like a swamp in the summer. It's just a humid, awful 90-degree place with heat trapped by the buildings. But I digress. I'm an employment attorney. I'm answering publicly posted questions from YouTube users. And the question I'm answering today was posted by YouTube user Dwayne Harper 11 minutes ago. 11 minutes. I feel good about that. That is a good response time. And it was posted on our video from 8 months ago, entitled, "Can My Employer Lie in Their Position Statement?" The video was actually posted on January 24th of 2022. Apparently it's done quite well. It's got a couple thousand. Well, it's got over 1,000 views, so I feel good about that video. That's some people helped potentially. A lot of employers lying in position statements, very common. And Dwayne Harper asked, I'll read the question to the record. My ex-employer just lied on their position statement. Said I never made any complaints, but I have text message proof that I did to my manager. Why they would lie about this is beyond me. The manager knows she has text messages, but probably doesn't want to land themselves in hot water. So I think you got it right on the dot there, Dwayne. The manager, there's a really good chance that she is withholding evidence from the employer because she's scared. So this happens all the time. And this is one of the big, horrible things that happens to employers is they'll be like so sure, so certain that they did nothing wrong. And then finally you get to discovery and you start to get documents kind of exchanged, and they'll look at some of the exchanges, and they'll look at some of the conversations that went on, the internal IMs, the Slack, the emails, the text messages, the Facebook, whatever it is, right? And they'll say, they're going to pull a Home Alone, like, it gets horrible, right? They're going to look at it, they're like, oh my God, why is this so bad for us? Why didn't our stupid employees tell us what they actually did, right? But now the employer has gone very far, has spent a lot of money defending the case because they thought they were in the right. They didn't realize how much exposure they actually had because their employees lied to them. This is very common. There is a lot of bad managers in the world who would just lie, cheat, and steal to try to keep their job. They'll go full ostrich. They'll just stick their head in the ground, pretend it's not happening, pretend they didn't do what they did, and hope for the best, right? So I suspect that might be what your manager engaged in here, right? She knew she had text messages. She knew you had complained. And she thought she'd probably be fired for failing to address those complaints because under the law, there's a good chance if you're complaining about workplace discrimination and she did nothing, I'd fire her pretty quickly. I was like, oh, that's one of the few things you got to do to keep us safe. As a manager, that's like part of your job here. And you just didn't do it. So farewell, right? Farewell, shitty manager who hurt the company and hurt the individual. You can even run into good employers who do this, right? Employers who really care about their employees, who just happen to have some mid-level managers who don't know how to do their job and have horrible, horrible problems and horrible cases against them because these mid-level managers are lying. And then the employer who thinks they're doing great by their employees is like fighting the good fight because they think they're, we're so great to our employees. And they get to discovery and they see this stuff and they're like, and I do feel for those companies because it's hard. It's hard. You got so many people, right? Thousands of employees, potentially. And you got these mid-level managers that you probably should have trained better. But often they're just not the best and brightest, right? And listen, it's ugly. It's ugly. This is why you got to invest in your management core. This is why training and management core is so key. This is why an active and proactive HR is so important, right? There are so many trash HR professionals in the world. But if you can get a good one, you can save hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars over the course of their career, tens of millions of dollars, frankly, over the course of a solid, intelligent, proactive HR professional's career, just by the HR professional doing what's right. Now listen, I'm not telling you to trust HR. HR exists to help the company. But by helping the company, or in helping the company, what they generally have to do is do right by the employee, right? That is how they mitigate. That is how they limit liability for the company. They have to say, oh, wait, there's discrimination, there's sexual harassment. Oh, well, let's investigate. Let's do the right thing here, right? If they handle that correctly, they can save that company millions, right? Anyways, Dwayne, I don't think you really had a question, but I found your comment to be useful, and I thought it would inform other people, and I wanted to riff on what you were saying. So I feel like we connected. I hope you do too. If this was helpful, like and subscribe. It helps me to help more people just like you. Thank you, and good luck. Good luck with your case. It sounds like you're going to do really well.